Welcome to my channel. This story is a real-life story. One of my very good friend, and I am the eyewitness of his dedication, hard work, and then a success. The name and the picture is not original in this video because I am sharing this without telling or asking to him. So please watch and listen till end. And then, if you really want to know more about it, want to see that person and him live, and to listen his story by himself, please comment below. And in next video, I will try to convince him to come on screen with me. In the heart of Pakistan, where life moves between challenge and courage, shines a story of faith, dignity, and hard work. This is the journey of David Masih, a young Christian man who turned struggle into success and darkness into light. In a quiet Christian colony of Lahore, narrow streets awaken to the sound of brooms, laughter of children, and the aroma of tea. Life is simple, yet every morning begins with hope. In a small brick home, David's mother hums softly as a sewing machine sings. His father prepares for work, his hands rough, but his heart strong. Love is the strength that keeps this family alive. Every morning, little David walked beside his father, a city sanitation worker. Together they cleaned the streets others walked upon. But to David, his father was a hero in disguise. Under the blazing Lahore sun, his father swept dust and dreams into neat lines, teaching his son that dignity never depends on the job, but on the heart that does it. His mother stitched torn clothes into beauty, just as she stitched courage into her children's hearts. Late at night, while the world slept, David studied under a flickering lamp. Each page he turned was a quiet rebellion against poverty, a whisper of faith in the future. On Sundays, the small church filled with hymns and hope, the Christian community stood together, poor in wealth, but rich in heart. A kind pastor placed his hand on David's shoulder and said, "Son, use your gifts, work with honesty. God opens doors for those who walk in faith." When his father's health broke and the job ended, the family faced darkness. Bills piled up, dreams dimmed, and yet they prayed, because faith was the only light left. David joined a vocational training center. The smell of wires and tools mixed with ambition. For the first time, he saw a path, not just to survive, but to rise. He learned to harness the power of light itself, solar energy. From the sun, he learned that even in heat and pressure, energy can be turned into purpose. Armed with a second-hand toolkit, David fixed his first wire for a neighbor. One small repair, one big beginning. He named his dream Light and Hope Services, because that's what he wanted to bring, light for homes and hope for hearts. When the first solar lights glowed in his colony, children danced beneath them. For the first time, their nights had light and their dreams had space to grow. Job by job, home by home, his work spread. From rooftops to workshops, his name became a symbol of honesty and skill. David was rising, but never alone. He hired 2 young men, one Christian, one Muslim. Together they built more than business. They built trust, proving that faith and friendship can power progress. David became a teacher to many, showing young men and women that your skill is your strength, and your integrity is your brand. Years later, David cared for the same father who once carried him. Success means nothing if we forget the hands that lifted us. With pride, he paid his sister's university fees. "Study well," he said. "Our future must shine brighter than our past." David donated computers to the church school, started workshops for youth, and built hope where once there was only struggle. His workshop became a space of unity, Christians and Muslims working side by side. Because when hearts unite, no barrier can divide. As the sun set behind the rooftops, David sat in silence. The same streets that once trapped him now reflected his light. Under the rain, he looked up at the glowing street light his hands had installed. That light was more than electricity. It was a symbol of faith made visible. David's story is not just his own. It's the story of every Christian in Pakistan who dares to dream. To all who work with faith and integrity, remember this: earn with honesty, serve with heart, rise with others, and one day, your light will shine too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Rise and Restore with Hassan.